So that shiny new game just came out, Unholy, and you want to know if it's worth your time, right? Well, let's take a look at the game for some first impressions. I should say that I usually play around 1 hour before making these videos, but I accidentally played 2.5 hours. There's just something about this game that made me extra engaged with it. So you start the game as Dorothea, a mother who is in a cult/group. She intends to leave the cult and take her son with her for her son's sake. You wake up intending to leave, but cannot find your son, Gabriel. You leave the room, go through a hallway, and come to this giant door at the top of the stairs. The cutscene explains what's happening fairly well, so I'll just let this play.
Stop! Don't worry, baby. I'm gonna get you out. Get her! Don't let her interrupt the ceremony.
This won't change anything. What you've interrupted here, I can finish it on the other side. In the Eternal City. We will ascend as you watch your child burn.
Do not fear.
Who are you?
Do not despair. Your son is alive. His body may be lost, but his soul still lingers, and he is still in danger. There is time, though. I will teach you how to find him. Come with me.
So what happened is the members of this cult were doing a ritual on her son. Her son died, then the fire spread everywhere. This old lady pops out of nowhere claiming his body is dead but not his soul and will help you find him. The lady tells her to go to her father's apartment, and this cutscene explains what you'll be doing next.
Will you find what you need?
Tell me, how going through my father's stuff could help me find my son?
Your father believed in the blessed teachings more than you know. Belongings, yours and Gabriel's, are the key here. Find your father's journal.
And then what?
Accept that death can take different forms.
Shouldn't come back here. Kid's gone. Father's gone. There's nothing left for you here.
That is my business, thank you.
So after the lady says to find your father's journal, you'll make your way to his apartment and look around for it. After exploring a little bit, you find the journal and realize he was way into this stuff.
To enter the Eternal City is to sacrifice one's memories, one's past. 3 objects, 3 tokens of 3 relationships are to be sacrificed.
After finding the 3 items, you perform the ritual. It makes you super drowsy and you fall into the bathtub. When you wake up, it's to a strange reality or a different realm. After walking through the apartment complex, you find a flashlight that you'll be able to use the rest of the game, as well as a slingshot that will be vital to the game's mechanics. Then another cutscene here that I feel is also vital to understand the story.
Then why is Gabriel not here?
Because he is trapped in the Eternal City. Powerful forces have imprisoned him in the monastery. Yet do not despair. You are still weak, but there are things that will help you.
I don't understand.
This mask is your strength. It will guard you from sorrow. Put it on.
If I do this, will I see my son?
Yes, you will. This mask will protect you from the effect the city has upon its people.
The mask you get protects you from sorrow and the effects of the city. It'll also be a vital piece that you'll be using a lot during this game. After walking through this floating bridge into the light, you wake up in a subway covered in vines. In the subway car, you find dead bodies with glowing blue orbs in them. The orbs are emotions, and this blue one represents the emotion shock. You use your slingshot to use the orbs of emotions, and shock shorted out this panel, which made the door open. You can also insert emotions into various objects, which activates them, or you can remove emotions from objects objects if you're running low. For example, if I put the emotion shock into this container, then shoot it with a slingshot, it explodes.
Masks were created to strip away fear, but they stripped away people's humanity instead. Your mask is unique. It will allow you to possess the power of the other masks.
Using this mask embossing machine, you are now able to use the power of the mask you put into your own mask, which allows you to see interactable items and allows you to go through specific doors that you couldn't enter otherwise.
South, the guards are patrolling this district.
This is where you're introduced to guards. You'll have to learn to run from them or use your slingshot on explosive items if you want to live. They're not able to be killed using the slingshot directly on them, however. After progressing further on, you come across a creature. I'm not sure what to call them, so I'll just call them creatures. It attacks you, you both fall, and luckily it's impaled and killed. Shooting creatures with emotions also doesn't have an effect. The containers and panels, however, cause explosions which kill them when shot. They have to be nearby the device though. They won't die if they're too far away. A little bit further and you come across this shrine. Shrines are usable by sacrificing tokens of your past in order to upgrade your abilities. Here I learned the slide mechanic. Next up is a new emotion, sadness. Sadness smoke can be used to mask your presence for a limited time. As an example, this light will close a door if it detects me, but by using sadness, I can walk through easily. After a lot of gameplay, you come across the next emotion, anger. Anger can be used to destroy any item highlighted in red. Then the lady takes you back to the apartment. You explore around here, collect some items, then perform another ritual. I'm not sure how, but now you're in a new location, a city that's burning. I skipped through a lot of gameplay here, but now I'm back at a shrine where I can upgrade my abilities. I selected the ability to double the amount of emotions I can carry and the ability for emotions to spawn on enemies I kill. The doubling of emotions is huge. You can go from 3 emotions of each type to 6.
This looks like my father's painting. Did I bring it here?
As I said, your father was a man of deep faith. Deep, but warped. He brought it here. This painting has given people hope.
Hope? Hope for what? That a child will save them?
Hope for salvation and redemption. Hope that a mother will save her child and then save them. Much is expected of you, and even more will be.
So your father left a painting in this place and people expect you to save your child and also save them. Kinda nuts. I'm not sure why people would expect that. A little bit later, you find a new emotion, desire. Now desire is by far one of the most useful emotions to use. You can use desire to attract enemies to a specific location, so made them go near this explosive panel and then kill them. It's so useful. Further into the game, I found the one and only glitch I encountered. This guard was perpetually walking into the wall. Moving on from that, you find a new mask that grants you a new ability. It grants you night vision, and now the gas you encounter in the game no longer hurts you, as long as you have this particular mask ability activated, that is. Okay, so after playing over 2 hours of this game, I can confidently say I like this game. This game doesn't do any one particular thing perfect or amazing, but I was hooked by the story and atmosphere with some horror elements thrown into the mix for good measure. To me personally, this game was worth the $30 I paid for it. The graphics are really good, the story is good, and the gameplay is fun and engaging. Whether or not this is your type of game, I'll see you in the next one.